This is my Lamborghini Murcielago, and it is currently missing something.
My car was previously involved in a front-end collision, and when they fully repaired it, they didn't PPF the front end. Paint protection film is an absolute necessity on any car that you value its paint. Of course, out of all areas to protect on your car, the front end is the place that is going to receive the most amount of rock chips or is going to be highest in risk to any damage. And because it was just the front end of my car that was not protected, that was an issue. The interesting thing is that the rest of my car was paint protected already prior from the accident. So supposedly all of the body behind the front end already had PPF all installed onto it. But because that PPF was old and most likely out of date, we figured we might just tear all of that off and fully PPF the front end and the rest of the body of the entire car.
Today, you guys join me here at Prestige Auto Salon right down the road from Seattle. Now, ever since I got this car, this day was mandatory. It's mandatory with every exotic that doesn't have it. We're using some of the best stuff in the game, and we are covering the entire car. This edition may not exactly be visible to the eye on camera, but trust me, this is definitely needed for this machine. So our defense material is going to be Stex Dyno Shield, and we have, remind me your name again?
Michael, Michael.
Michael here, who's going to run us through the product.
Yes, sir.
So how exactly is this going to be better than what was previously on the car?
Well, we're not entirely sure what brand was on the car previously, but technology's come a long ways, and S-Tech is at the leading edge of that. So our films use a proprietary top coat. It's actually applied as a liquid, which is going to give you a hydrophobic, super high gloss finish with the self-healing ability as well. Ultimately, side by side, a lot of the competitors on the market, ours has the smoothest, most texture-free finish, which when you're protecting a car like this, you want it to pop, you want it to shine, you don't want people to ask, oh, what's it wrapped in? They won't even be able to tell that it's wrapped in anything. So that's really our bread and butter is the clear dyno shield. We've paved the way for really the quality and kind of setting that standard. And I think between, again, the hydrophobic property, making it easier to wash, the self-healing, helping it stay glossy even with some micro scratches, however those may come up, it's one of the best that you can absolutely choose for this Murcielago.
And how long are we expecting the install process, the application process to take?
It's probably going to take these guys about a week. They have quite a bit of prep to do. We're removing some film first and then washing it multiple times, making sure the seams and all the edges and such are totally free of contaminants, so that then they can wrap the edge for every panel here to make it as seamless as possible. So all in all, probably about a week from prep to done.
Gotcha. And you'd say prep is probably one of the most important parts. Kind of like painting a car, you have to like prep all the bodywork, having it smoothed out. But on this, you have to prep it to be literally as pristinely clean as possible, because any sort of dirt defeats the entire purpose of basically protecting, wrapping over that dirt and, you know, creating imperfections on it. Yeah. Even though we're putting clear film on the car, you think that there's going to be a slight visual difference to it, like than what I see now in a subtle way?
I do, yeah. And, you know, some of these panels have partial PPF, some are missing the PPF. I think what you'll see is just an overall increased richness in the color tone, probably a little bit of a deeper orange with that kind of yellow flake in there. So it's really going to be extremely glossy, but also some rich color tones.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm mainly excited for, is not only I will be able to live and sleep at night in peace with having this thing fully protected, but it'll also, I mean, I'm excited to see if, there's a slight color depth change and alteration. So basically, they're gonna get to starting to unpeel the previous old film as well as fully detail the car, and then we'll be applying the new good stuff. Taken the culprit piece, the worst piece on the entire car that forever bugged me, because the previous PPF lifted and there was dirt all trapped in there. So if you guys ever saw specific corner shots of that rear end, you'd always notice all the dirt and gunk. So now that's finally gone. This car has been protected in the weirdest of places, we are now finding out, because we have this piece right here, but then I don't see it on the rest of the back bumper that follows behind, which this is where a lot of fuel and exhaust and just dirt in general, I feel like, would just build up. So it's not there. It wasn't anywhere on the roof, but yet it's on the fender and it's on the wing. It's kind of in strange places for it to be a full car that was previously on the rest of it.
Especially with this film that's going on it too, it has ceramic coating infused in the film. So all that stuff that builds up on the rear bumper will keep it cleaner a lot longer.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, it's catless, so that helps.
Yeah.
So our mission while the car is here at Prestige is that we are going to make this exterior flawless. And we're going to start focusing on details that not only you guys wouldn't notice on camera, but people may not even notice in person. Beyond all of the old PPF defects, there's also a couple tiny things, one of them being a dent on this door that they're gonna try and glue pull. So I don't know if you guys can kind of see that right there. Yeah, there it is. We're gonna see if glue pulling can possibly improve that.
Should be fine. I mean, I'd say probably
So we got the dent about 50% pushed out. He wanted to take it easy because he started seeing some other components lifting along with it as well, and not exactly sure if the door has been repainted. I don't think it has, because obviously anything repainted would have been on the front end, but nothing ever got to the door. Door was never replaced, so it should be all factory. But just to be 100% safe, to make sure that we didn't want any paint to come up with it, we're just gonna leave it at how much he was able to pull it out now, which is basically not noticeable. You would have to literally be searching for a dent to maybe see it. And there's actually a bunch of other small ones very hidden along here that are just from other people just door dinging the car, which naturally happens. You just have people open doors and cause tiny little micro dents alongside of it, but none of which is something that bothers me or I could really do anything about right now. What's your best guesstimation on how old this PPF is?
it's probably like 6 years or so.
Yeah?
I guess. Thankfully, if it was longer, it'd be even more fun to take off.
What are you boys taking? Turbo S or GT3, both 992s, both $200,000 and above, both highly spec'd out. CCBs on both cars. That one's manual. This one is of course not, but it's got the peanut butter and houndstooth. Very classy car overall. And I don't know what this paint is, but it's beautiful. It's like Porsche Millennium Jade. What would you take?
I'm a turbo guy.
He's gonna take the Turbo S. What are you gonna take? You're gonna take the Turbo S too?
The only talk is overrated as hell.
What? These guys are tripping. I'm taking the
The only reason I
GT3.
would take that is because it's a manual. But like this, it just checks all the boxes.
Bro, you're already spending $200,000 on a 911 at this point. Why not get the most functional race car, emotional, like pure driving experience?
There's no snails in that one.
Yeah, but this car also,
I don't care about that.
that thing's a full-on Canyon Carver with a third pedal, and it screams. When people love GT3s for their sound, that's all the sound. This is like the same sound, but then literally picture putting mufflers on it,
If there was
because
a
it's got 2 mufflers.
If there was a 981 Spider in here, my decision would be completely different.
That's not the options,
question.
man. You have 2 of the best 911s right here. Are you saying that's not enough? This guy pick a Boxster over these things? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Man, I personally think the Turbo S is probably a better one-car daily solution, but I think it's comparable to that of a Tesla in that it's just a computer that just goes extremely fast in a straight line and lacks emotion in comparison to the GT3. And I like chalk. I still like chalk. I don't care if it's everywhere. This color is freaking, this is it. What's your take on carbon? If it's fake, but it literally looks just as good as real. So check this out, all right? We have real carbon, well, I hope this is real carbon. I'm gonna go under the assumption that this hood is real carbon, because what is not real carbon is anything on this R8 right here. We have the roof, which is honestly kind of obvious, but what isn't as so is the blade. This just straight up fooled me, 100%, especially because these naturally come with carbon fiber blades. but this one is gloss black. So the blade's fooling, the diffuser, this is the most fooling. This literally looks, I 100% thought that you just optioned for the carbon diffuser on this thing.
You literally can't tell. Like,
dude, even in person, you'd be able to tell because if you look at here, you could see the seam line, and so that shows that it was wrapped. So you could see that. But dude, staring from this angle, it's just the fact that visually it looks identical. And most carbon wraps or PPFs, just by staring at it initially, you can tell that it's fake just because it lacks carbon weave depth to it. But
It's not like a
not that.
It's not like a 10 or 20 foot car. Like you.
No, I'm staring right here. It looks real, dude.
It looks real.
Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore because now it's like literally replicated.
this is completely unethical, man.
Yeah, dude.
Are you asking if it's okay with fake carbon?
It's one of those things where it's like you can fool me all day, but once you discover the actuality, you're just kind of like, man, I still feel that way. So I don't know. I would probably always try and find the actual component. Even if it's just covered in carbon, because most hoods, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case for this hood, is that the actual hood is metal or fiberglass or whatever, and then they just like cover over it and expose like top layer of carbon. But I definitely prefer that over just vinyl, because at least you have some sort of actual carbon weave that was on here at some point. He's giving me the honor of putting on one of the headlights. As far as headlights go, this can't be too hard.
It's a good one to start on.
Yeah, squirt it on there.
You're gonna want some of this to lock down the corners there.
How's it looking so far?
It's looking good.
Okay.
So then turn your hand the other way, pull.
Like that?
Go straight down all that. You got a little moisture up here. There you go.
Oh wow.
There we go. Got a little edges to put down, but
we're
other than
basically
that,
there. I'm gonna leave it to him for the actual hard part.
but did good.
But yeah, we got our headlight is now at least more protected than it was. Yeah, I can see all the water spots. There's definitely scratches all over it. Let's see, he's got a magical solution. What in the world? Is it actually gone?
I told you, man, it's magic.
Dude.
Stick's got some pretty powerful wizards on their payroll.
I was like, you guys probably got way more clay barring to do. That's so wild. Yeah, he just made all of the water spots basically disappear with the film. I've done my work. I applied my one piece on the headlight, so my job is done. We're gonna leave the rest of it to the experts at Prestige, and we're gonna return in about a week or so when the entire car is all done. We've returned to Prestige, and they told me it could be a week. It's actually literally 2 days. Like, I already knew the way that they were knocking out the first couple pieces that this wasn't gonna take that long, and sure enough, they freaking knocked it out. So let's go check out the car. Here she is, and man, it is glowing. I don't know if it's just me, but like the whole finish of the car just feels more glossy. Like the pearl gets brought out, the depth gets brought out, and the whole thing just feels like it's literally got an extra layer of clear on it. Yeah, I gotta enjoy it. This is like literally the cleanest this car will ever be. I don't see a reason why this car will ever be cleaner than this. Now, the really cool thing of S-Tech's Dyno Shield PPF is beyond just protecting the car from rocks, it comes with 2 special magic tricks, from water drying to scratch self-healing. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so we got water already on there. What? It's dry. He just dried water with water. It's really difficult to capture, but there are scratch lines in there. Yeah, you can mainly just see the scratches and the reflections of the lights above, and yeah, they're completely gone. That's sick. It's just good if I'm like just accidentally just grazing the car with my jeans or something like that, you know?
Exactly.
Just get some heat on it, some hot water. Never happened.
Or if we get a sunny day in Seattle, park it outside for 10 minutes and be
Yeah,
good to
the
go.
whole thing just heals. Just
Yeah.
voila, magic. I had an idea for food. What if we just took the car straight to the worst place that you could think of taking it?
Downtown Seattle.
Not only just downtown Seattle, Pike Place. Crazy to think, like a year ago, we did a challenge with Supercar Driven and their orange Aventador. What would get more attention? An orange Lambo or my pink 240? And now, flash forward a year, we're the ones in the orange Lambo. Dude, 1 year later from that video, we now have the orange V12 Lambo to park at Pike Place. Now the crazy thing about when we filmed that video is that my 240, the S14, actually got on Google Maps here at Pike Place Market. I don't know if it's still up. You guys can check Google Maps because you may or may not find my cotton candy machine on there. But, you know, maybe if they're doing a year reset, it'd be kind of cool if a little Google Maps car came through right now and just reset it with this in front now. And we got the orange on oranges in the background at the market here. Poor girl got a lot of clutch wear today, but it was for a good cause. Oh man.
Very long.
No! Dude, well, shout out to the brand new S-Tech dyno shield that we got on here protecting this. Car's already been put to the test and it's only been like 30 minutes. Nothing like a little Mercy suspension testing on some Seattle brick roads out here, just shaking along.
Honestly, dude, these Mercy seats are putting in work. Just chilling.
Let's go! The PPF on the windshield is doing its job right now. I didn't even realize that I hadn't had my wipers on, but I could still see clearly with rain pouring down. They're just completely wiping themselves off. They are gone. You don't even need wipers. Who needs a single wiper?
Don't need it.
Not at all. Dude, this is magic. This is so easy. We just finally got this girl back home in Washington, gave it the proper initial rundown test with pouring rain. Now, I do want to try this out now that we have the new S-Tech PPF on here. I'm gonna get my little handy dandy Xbox leaf blower and let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Dude, I can just easily dry off the whole car. Holy crap, look at that. It is fully dry now, and this is what we're experiencing on the road with the windshield. Just, oh my god. Magic. They got the mirror too. Look, everywhere with the PPF on it is already dry.
Dude, it looks like you wiped it off. That's insane. What?
I did not touch it. It's all dry already.
Oh, yeah, because your magic stuff.
So there's no PPF on the magic. There's no PPF on the.
No, not on the side windows. You could see,
So you can
you could actually see
the difference.
where it wasn't touched with how much rain droplets are like on the side windows and the back deck lid right here. O2. But dude, everything else is like, dude, it's all dry. Huge shout out to Stek, S-Tech. I think it's S-Tech. I've been saying Stek the whole time. Either or. Shout out to them for creating the best PPF in the game and covering my entire car with it. Shout out to Prestige Auto Salon for doing that job. They estimated it was gonna take about a week or so, but honestly, they knocked it out in 2 days, and they knocked it out flawlessly with less seams and cuts than there ever were before. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is gonna be JackUltraMotive signing it off. Just another lovely day out here in the life with a nice 99 for this old girl. And oh wait, oh, we can't even forget the, dude, we need more efficient cars. We can't be spending 200 bucks every time we go out here. This is criminal.